All right, we are live. Hi, everyone. We're gonna wait a second until it's exactly noon to make sure everyone makes it into the link. But thank you for joining us, whoever's already here. And when we So for anyone that join us now, we're waiting just a minute so we can start exactly at noon, just in case. All right, it's noon. Welcome to this 1 Degree webinar. This is a very special edition because I'm welcoming our summer intern, Jason Lopez from Rice University.
Hello.
He's going to be joining the webinar with me and looking at all of your questions. My name is Natalia Carrasco. I'm the head of community growth and marketing here at 1 Degree, and I am so excited to show you today how to find everything from affordable housing to job trainings to summer programs and to everything from A to Z to Zumba just in one place and with just a couple of clicks. Before I dive into the webinar, just a couple of logistic details. Through the webinar, if you think of any question or comment, please use the chat section on the right of your screen to send us any question. You can also join the conversation via Twitter using the hashtag 1degreelive. We'll be looking for your questions and comments and keeping the conversation going. We're going to answer all of your questions by the end, but feel free to just start writing them just to keep track of them all. All right. Well, thank you again for joining us. As some of you may already know, 1 Degree is a nonprofit located here in San Francisco, servicing the whole San Francisco Bay Area and coming very, very, very soon, Los Angeles, which is in beta already. Our mission is to empower people to build paths out of poverty. So what that means, the way we're going about it, is that we're empowering people with information to access all types of community resources. There's thousands of government agencies and nonprofit organizations ready to help you or help our clients if you're a nonprofit professional. And what we're doing is that we're making it easy for people with just a couple of clicks, find whatever they need super close and leave reviews and save information and never have to start a search from scratch. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about 1 Degree, and then I'm going to just show you the tool, show you how you can use it for you and your clients, and then we're going to go through questions. So I'm going to change my screen so you can actually see my computer screen so I can show you everything. So remember us, and we'll see you in a second. Switch into share screen. All right, presenting to everyone. Okay, so I'm going to put present. Just 1 second while it loads. There we go. As I mentioned, our mission is to empower people. So one great thing about our site is you can find community resources at any time, anywhere for anyone. So for example, a victim of domestic violence can come into our website and find a place to stay tonight, a free legal aid to get a restraining order, a job training, and even an outfit for an interview just on one website. So far, over 190,000 people have used 1 Degree just in the San Francisco Bay Area alone in the last 5 years, and this number continues to grow. I'm now going to switch to my 1 Degree screen so I can show you the tool live. You can always access our tool by coming to www.1degree.org. All of our site is available on mobile, so it's optimized to look great and easy to navigate on a tablet, on a phone, on a laptop, or even in the oldest of computers in a public library. Anywhere that you can access the internet, you can access 1 Degree. Also, our platform is available in Spanish as well. You can always come here and switch to Espanol super quickly, and you won't navigate from wherever you are. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks about the Espanol in a second, too. Switching back to English. So, all right, before I dive into the details, I wanted to share with you 3 different concepts that you're going to hear me talk about a lot today. The first one is opportunities. The second one is organizations, and the third one is collections. So all of the ginormous database information on one degree, it's separated into opportunities, organizations, and collections. And what that means is that opportunities is a service or a program offered by an organization. So I'm going to show you an example, like get free groceries. This is an opportunity because it's very straightforward what you get from it. You get free groceries. Or this one, get urgent psychiatric care. So this is the program or the service offered. This is what we call an opportunity. Here, Los Angeles County Department of Health Services, this is the organization that offers this opportunity. So everything in one degree is first organized by opportunity because we wanted to make it easy for people to know what they can get. So we're never going to just tell you a list of locations because there's some organizations that you would never guess what they offer. For example, the Trevor Project. Great organization, but I would have never guessed or known that there's a hotline for LGBTQ youth. So what we want to make is super easy. So in seconds, you know, oh, what's available to you? Oh, this is a hotline. I can call here. Excellent. So again, this is an opportunity. This is an organization. And then the third concept is collections. I'm going to show you more details about it, but put simply, a collection will be kind of like a folder where I could save anything I want. So if I'm collecting what are the best resources for LGBTQ youth, I can save this into my own collection. So collections are lists or folders where you can save your own resources. You can have many collections. We're going to go over it in more detail, but just think about it. It's almost like a playlist. I'm going to show you right here. This is where you access your collections at the bottom. We're going to talk more about it in a second. But first, I wanted to start by showing you the difference between opportunities, organizations, and collections. All right, now that we've gone over that, I'm going to show you how to search. We try to make searching for something as easy as possible. So you can just come here to find and type in what you're looking for. Food near San Francisco. I can put a city here. I can put my specific zip code, 94107, search by that. Or I can even put an entire county. So for example, we're now in the North Bay, so I could put Marin County here, and it's going to search around all of Marin County. This is the first way to search. It's super easy using a keyword, but sometimes you want to explore more. So we have what we call our visual tool, a visual search tool. So we come here to this little panel on the left. By the way, you can always hide it or expand it, and you go to new search. So here we're going to give you a big picture of all the different categories of resources available. So I can, at a glance, see everything and say, okay, you know what I'm looking for is sort of related to food. But within food, it could be prepared meals, groceries, food delivery, nutrition. So I can go continue this guided search and just tell us a little bit more. I'm looking for a food pantry and ultimately get into this result page. I could, if this is not what I wanted, I can always just go back and just change my mind. You also don't necessarily have to navigate all the way through. Once I came here, for example, I could say, you know, show me everything and see everything. There you go. So that was the visual search. It's kind of like a guided search. Also, if I want to do this guided search of categories and subcategories in a quicker way, I can also just come here to browse resources and see all the categories at a glance and see, okay, these are the subcategories. Perfect. And just explore. I always advise everyone to just play around and see, because you may come to one degree looking for food pantry, but ultimately you may discover that there's an awesome support group in your neighborhood for people that are in a situation that you are that could really benefit you. So you never know what you're going to discover. I have a funny story. One time someone told me, I'm looking for internship in urban farming. To be honest, I thought it was a stretch, but we found it. We found a paid internship at urban farming in Oakland. So it's really amazing how big the how vast the quantity and different diversity of resources that you can find. So come here, explore, just see what other things are out there. We never know what you and your clients may need. All right, so we've covered how to search. Now, let's say I'm looking for food. You're probably going to get a lot of resources. So I'm going to show you how to narrow things down, how to find exactly what's right for you or your client. So let's do an example of, for example, let's do job training opportunities. So job training near, let's do in the Mission where our office is. 94103, San Francisco, search. So there is 488 opportunities. That is a lot. So I can use our filter tools right here to narrow it down. For example, if I'm working for a client that is monolingual Spanish speaker, I know I want to send them to an organization that's going to be able to serve them in their language. So I can come here and click on Spanish. So now the tool is going to show me organizations that are dedicated, or programs that are dedicated to serve the Spanish-speaking community specifically. So now I can see my options, arriba juntos, and the stars mean that this organization and this opportunity have been rated with 5 stars. So I can click here and so like, oh, this is great, 5 stars. I can even come here and read the review. So here someone said, they do not, I went on Thursday. So actually, they do not. This is a good example of, I can say, okay, so on Thursdays, they may not have the service that they mentioned here. So this is a great way to get a feedback on the opportunities that we see from the people who are actually using it. So going back into our search, we were talking about filters. I can narrow this down even further. So for example, if I am looking for so we were talking about food. If I'm looking for resources specifically for, let's say, youth, I can click on transitional age youth. So I can look for organizations that serve specific communities. Most organizations are open to everyone, but there's organizations that specialize in serving specific communities. For example, I can expand and see that there's organizations that specifically helping individuals living with HIV/AIDS. So I can click on that and it's going to narrow things down. If I ever get too specific, the more filters you get, the more specific this is going to be, but also the least number of opportunities you're going to see. For example, this is specifically for people with HIV and in Spanish. So if I want to see more options, I can always just clear all my filters, click there, or just click one by one. Also, one good thing is that if OneDegree is going to remember the filters that you apply, so if you navigate away and you say, now I want to look at general health resources, you see that the filters are continuing to be clicked, so it remembers, so I don't have to click them again. But bear that in mind, because if you're working with different clients, you may want to use different filters, so every time you do a search, make sure you have the filters that you want, or not. One super cool new feature that I'm very excited to show you is that now as I search, for example, here we were looking at results in San Francisco, I can move the map and then the OneDegree is going to show me results for wherever I am on the map. So this is going to search as I move. So it's a very cool way to continue exploring. Great, so now we've learned how to search, we've learned how to narrow down our results. Now I'm going to show you how to save your favorite results. So again, let's go back to our example. Let's do job training. Job training near San Francisco. We did the search. Maybe we'll do a couple of filters. Let's say Spanish. And I can start exploring. Enroll a culinary arts program. I think it's cool. Attend a training program for Spanish speakers to get a job as professional cooks. This is specifically what I wanted. Job training in Spanish. I love it. So I can save this by clicking on this heart, and I have two options. I can save it into my general bookmarks by clicking here on the heart, done, my bookmarks, and it's going to be right here on my panel to the left, and my bookmarks. So it's going to pop up right here, or I can click here and see all of my bookmarks, and it's kind of like my list of go-to resources. So I get emergency shelter. So this is organized by in order of when I added them. So you get to, I have a bunch, but I won't let you see all of them, but I can quickly access the one that I just added. So you can always here to come to my bookmarks and have your go-to right there. I can also bookmark organizations, FYI. I have a couple right here, Catholic Charities and links here in San Francisco. I could continue adding more. Even though we list everything by opportunities, organizations do have their own pages where I can see, One Degree wants me to retype my password. Give me just 1 second for security. I don't even know my 1 Degree password, so we have to use this little tool. There we go. This is just to keep everything safe. And since we're talking about security, just a quick reminder, everything on 1 Degree is HIPAA compliant. So if you ever put any information about any of your clients or anything into the tool, you can rest assured that it's going to be safe, because a HIPAA compliant organization means that we follow the same standards that a hospital would for patient information. So it's as safe as a medical record at a hospital. Okay, so I was talking to you about how organizations also have their own pages on 1 Degree, so I can see what services they offer or opportunities. If anyone's left there any reviews, if anyone's left there any notes, we're going to talk about notes in a second. And I can see what locations they have, and I can leave my own review about my experience with them. All right, so moving back to our example, we were talking about, okay, entering my password. We were talking about getting free training. 1 second. Once we get into the opportunity we're looking at, in this case, I'm clicking on free groceries because I don't want to lose time looking for the free training. What I was telling you is that you can save it into your favorites, like right here. I put my bookmarks, so I can click the heart, or I can save it to a collection. A collection, like I was telling you, is like a playlist, like your own folder, your own list of your favorites, or by categories. I have a bunch of different collections here. Option for immigrant patients, best pantries in San Jose, resources for teen moms. You can make any type. You can make them by location. For example, I have one that is specifically in Oakland. You can do for even people, job training options for Ramy, or the intern's favorites. So I can make collections in any way that I want. But you can also create a new one. For example, if we were doing about a list about food, I can say best food pantries in San Jose. Maybe I do a San Francisco edition. Best food pantries in SF. Perfect. So I create my new collection. So I can name it anything I want. Again, best food pantries in SF. I specify what area it's on. I can name myself as the author or my organization. So if you work at Compass, it will say Compass here. Or I can change my name. I can make the author your social worker. I can make it anything I want. And then I can decide who can see this collection. So I can make it something just for me, just my go-to list. I can make something that just I and my colleagues can see. So in this case, again, it says 1 Degree because I happen to work at 1 Degree, but if you worked at the YMCA, it would say YMCA here. Or I can make it public so that anyone looking for food resources around San Francisco could see it. So once you make it public, you can also decide to display it on your organization's page. So if I click this, when anyone that goes to 1 Degree's collection can see the 1 Degree list of best food pantries in San Francisco. So this is a great way to do referrals for your clients as an organization, or to put a go-to list together for your own colleagues. So I'm gonna click on create collection. And now I'm super excited to show you a new feature. This is the very first webinar that we're doing since we have this new feature. Now that I build this collection, I can use it as a resource guide. You know how you have those thick binders or maybe an Excel spreadsheet where you have all types of resources? You can create an online version of this. So I can say, okay, maybe this could have been, this is the best food pantries in San Francisco. Maybe I want to separate them by neighborhood. So I can click here and add a new category and call it mission and add resources there at the mission. So this is kind of like a sub collection inside. So right now it's empty because I didn't add anything yet. So I can search for more resources and start adding them here. I'm going to let you explore this by yourself. I'm not going to walk you through everything because there's still a couple of things that I want to show you. But I'm going to show you a cool example of our organization using this as to collect their resource collection, all of the resource binders. So I'm going to my collections that I follow, and I can click here on all of my collections. And these are all my collections. So I have one that is from Sister Mary Philippa. This is a clinic as part of the Dignity Health System here in San Francisco. So they have a resource guide, and they created this collection called the Sister Mary Philippa Health Center Resource Guide. And then they have subcategories: case management, dental care, diabetes, disability. So every time a patient needs help when they're about to discharge them, for example, they just come here and look at resources that they feel comfortable referring their clients to. For example, shelters. So you can see these are all the categories. So when you go to shelter, you can see all of the different opportunities, if everything is mapped out, and you can decide to click on heart to save anything that you see there, to save it again, remember, to your own favorites or to your own collections. You can also, you're gonna see these arrows, and this is you could refer your client to this resource. So this is a bunch of just example fictitious names of my clients that I could refer to. I'm not going to go into too detail because this is part of what we call 1-degree referrals. It's a tool to make referrals easily and keep track of them and track the progress of your clients. This is just a little teaser because we have a separate webinar on it. So I'm going to send you all information about our upcoming webinar. It's going to be next week. And just as a quick teaser, you can come here into my clients. These are all fictitious names, and just create plans for them and then share it with them via email, via text message, or even print it for them with all of the information so they can follow your suggestions. All right, so we've learned how to search. We learned how to filter, to narrow down. We've learned how to save our favorite opportunities and make our own collections. The last thing I want to show you before we switch into questions is one example of how people are using our tools. So one example I wanted to show you is collaboration, team collaboration. So let me go to this example of our collection. I called it a variety of support groups. So I collected a variety of support groups here in San Francisco. I put them here. They're all on the map. And I could say maybe my colleagues have examples of support groups that should go here. So I click here on Manage Collaborators, and I can set permissions. So I am the owner, but I added my colleague Audrey as an editor, and I can invite other people. So for example, Jason here could have more ideas. So I can add him as an editor and say, for Jason at 1degree.org, can send him the invitation, and now he, as an editor, he can add to it. So we can all continue building this collection. I could also make him just a viewer and say, FYI, Jason, I'm sharing this collection with you. This is our go-to list of support groups. And then one big feature that is important to show you is that then you can take this whole collection and click here on share and share it via email, text message, Facebook, or just copy the link and put it anywhere. This feature is super important because this is how you share the knowledge, share the power. So you can share entire collections like we did here, or you can share specific opportunities. When you come here, you click on share, and you can share it right here. Don't forget, you can always leave a review on an opportunity or an organization, or a note. The difference between a note and a review is that a note may not necessarily be about the quality of your service. It can just be an FYI. FYI, bring your documents. And again, this can be a note just for you, like a reminder to yourself, something for you and your colleagues, or something for anyone to see on OneDegree. All right, this was a super quick overview of everything you can do with OneDegree. I am so excited to see the ways that you can use it. I invite you to brainstorm and explore and see how you can use it with your own team. I would love to see you all at the OneDegree Referrals webinar. I think it's going to be next Wednesday, which is June 14th. So we're going to send you the invitation so you can all join us. But yeah, this was a really quick teaser. All right, I'm going to switch back to the regular screen so you can see us, so we can answer all of your questions. Hello again. Jason, what questions do we have?
All right, so we just got our first question in, and the question is, are your services free?
Great question. And I'm sorry if I didn't mention, yes, OneDegree services are completely free, and it's very important to our mission that they remain so. So this is not one of those things that it's free now, and in 6 months we're going to start charging you money. We do have some added features that you can get as a contract. For example, you can link all of the referral system to your own CRM or like Salesforce if you already have a system, so everything is linked. So we have a couple of added features that you could always get, but everything that I have shown you, including the referrals that we did a teaser, is free and will remain free. Yeah.
All right. The second question that we got in here is, are the services available only in the Bay Area?
As of right now, we actually have our LA expansion live. It's on beta, so our official announcement is going to be in the next couple of weeks, but you can already start exploring it. We're present across all 9 counties of the Bay Area and coming up LA. And super quick, we also have an expansion, a OneDegree community in Gainesville, Florida, because we had a group of volunteers that said, you know, we want OneDegree here. So they took it upon themselves to build a platform, because you can always add tag and flag information on OneDegree and edit. And so we're in Florida now, and if you're watching from a different city or a different state, reach out and let us know if you want to bring OneDegree to your area. We can help you make that happen quite easily. We can give you the tools.
Another question that we just received, is OneDegree only for social workers, or can other professionals, or is it just for like client use?
Great question. So anyone can use OneDegree. We've designed it so anyone in our community feels comfortable using it. It's very easy to use, so anyone can use it. And then we have special tools that we call the pro member tools for nonprofit professionals like social workers, case managers, or anyone that helps people. We have emergency department nurses using OneDegree. The pro tools are also free. And if you have a OneDegree account as a community member, just a regular account, but you are nonprofit professionals, please, you can go to settings on the top and go to your preferences and just check the box that says, I'm a nonprofit professional. You get extra tools like the referrals tools. And again, super free forever. All right. I think we don't have any more questions. No? Yeah. Please, let's continue the conversation. If you think of other questions, if you want your team to use OneDegree, if you want to do a training for your team or your staff or your community, let me know. Let's continue the conversation. Let's be friends. This is my email, natalia@onedegree.org. We're also going to put it in the chat section on the on YouTube, but this is my email. Shoot me an email anytime. I love to explore ways we can collaborate. I love to send you our 1 Degree cute posters that we have and flyers, and please help us spread the word. And I'd love to hear any ideas that you have. Also, feel free to continue tweeting us so we can continue that conversation. Thank you so much for everyone that joined. I hope you start exploring and start discovering resources that you didn't even know you or your clients needed, and or find the ones that you do need. So please explore, add, create your collections, and let us know if you have any questions. We are always here to help. And actually, there's a little chat box at the bottom of 1 Degree where you can chat with us at any time. Perfect. Thank you so much for coming.
Bye.
Have a great week, everyone. Bye.